Hello everyone, and today I have an incredible author, Kimberly Lawson, with me to have an interview, and I'm so excited to welcome her on this show. So Kimberly Lawson is a business coach. She's a podcast host, author, and speaker. Her company, Lawson Learning Academy, specializes in helping budding and novice entrepreneurs turn their entrepreneurial dreams into reality. So welcome, Kimberly, to the show. And could you please introduce yourself more so that our audience can know more about you? And most importantly, please share your why with us.
Okay, so hello everyone. I am Kimberly Lawson of Lawson Learning Academy, which is a consulting firm. So basically, clients come to me and say, hey, I want to start a business. This is my dream. You know, it can be something as simple as, I love knitting. I want to turn knitting into a business. And so I come up with a strategy and help that client take that passion of knitting and turn it into a revenue generating business. And so for me, that's like a dream come true to be able to do that every single day because I'm very passionate about that. My why, as in why I started my business, really is because I just believe that there's a purpose in everything, and I was in a place of pain, in a place of grief. And so I had to find purpose in my pain. And by me discovering the purpose in my pain and combining it with my passion for helping people, a business was born. I'm very passionate about people aligning themselves with their purpose and igniting it with their passion. So that's always going to be the first question that I ask any client, which is the same answer for myself. Why do you want to do this? And the answer to the why can't be about money. You know, you can profit off of things, but your why shouldn't be money. Whatever the answer is to your why, now let's take that and ignite it with your passion, and now you have a business, because I can always share that is my true why, and that's what I shared in the Power of Why.
Amazing, Kimberly. That's really inspiring. And I'm also learning a lot of things from my co-authors. It was so amazing to work with all of these women. I can't explain my excitement. So my second question, Kimberly, is how can you encourage others to take the leap to feel empowered to do the business?
So there's a popular saying, YOLO, 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 you only live once. I disagree with that. You die once. You live every day. So if you're going to live every single day, shouldn't you spend those days that you have being excited every day to go to work, to open up your business, to meet clientele, to meet customers? You should feel excited, you know, every single day that you go. And you can feel that if you start a business that is part of your passion. And so rather than believing that you only live once, you live every day. And every day that you're living, you should not be surviving your life. You should be thriving in your life. And you can thrive if you start your business. I believe that 100% because I am a walking testimony of that. And all of my clients that I have helped, they are walking testimonies of that as well.
Amazing. That's absolutely correct. So our social media, you know, so everyone is just jumping on social media and they get more information around that. So one of our social media platforms is Instagram, and our Instagram users want to know, tell us one memorable or funny experience in your business.
Okay, so I wear many titles. My favorite title is Mom. And I have a 6-year-old, and he is very passionate about my YouTube channel because he's a kid and kids love YouTube. So he on his phone has subscribed to my YouTube channel, and he gets notified when I have new videos. Every time there's a new video, he comes in my room holding his phone. Look, Mom, this is you talking, as if I don't recognize my voice as he's entering the room with video playing. And so he always wants to have these conversations with me about my YouTube channel. And I affectionately call him my YouTube channel manager because he's always concerned. And the first time we had the conversation, he was like, you know, Mom, you have, hundreds of followers on your YouTube channel, and that's good. But you could have thousands. See, look at this guy. He has thousands, and he just says inappropriate things, and he does inappropriate stuff. But I don't listen when he say the inappropriate stuff. So maybe if you started, doing silly and funny stuff, Mom, you could have thousands too. And so I'm like, well, that's not what Mommy does. Mommy's, YouTube channel is about business and me interviewing people. He's like, well, if you just want to do that, but I still think if you start doing funny stuff on, just be silly, Mom. Just get on YouTube and be silly and play with toys. You could have thousands of followers. So to me, it was so funny that he was so concerned about my YouTube channel, and he wanted to have that conversation with me. And that's not the only one, but that was the first one. And it just cracked me up because it's really important to me that my kids understand that I run a business and, that Mommy works and what she's doing. And so for my 6-year-old to take that interest in YouTube into my YouTube channel is funny to me. So he's my YouTube channel manager.
That's very interesting. That's a very creative manager and giving you, different suggestions. Do something different to get more followers. That's quite interesting. All right. So now our Facebook users want to know more. Like, what is your business value that you stand by?
That business is personal. People like to say that, business is business and personal is personal. I don't necessarily believe that. There's a personal aspect in every single business because anyone who spends money with you, their money is personal to them. And so when you take the approach that business is personal, then it elevates the level of service that you are going to offer. Because when you think about the fact that if someone comes to you and they enroll in your academy and the enrollment fee is $1,000, you need to think about the fact that this person worked really hard for their money. And that they also have, a family or somewhere else that money could have been spent, but they're spending the money on you because they feel like what you're giving them is going to be value. And so by adopting the principle that business is personal, I make sure that every single time I deliver services, products, whatever to clients, that my service has that elevated status because I have to recognize the fact that the client who is spending money with me, that money is personal to them. So I should not compromise, in their expectations. I should definitely exceed their expectations. They're coming to me expecting to be, to feel good about what they're doing. Then it is my job to have them wowed by the experience that they have. So they feel like, man, I got a deal. Like that was cheap, for the amount of service that I received, it should have been more. So I always think that business is personal.
You know what, Kimberly, you're doing amazing work. Like I'm falling short of words. The way you connect with your customers is just super. Like not so many business owners think in that way, that we have to put more value, rather they think more about money, that we just get money. So which is great. Last but not the least, all the business people on LinkedIn are curious to know, how do you plan to adapt to the new normal perspective in business?
You mean as far as what is the new normal? Is working virtually?
Yes. So anything happens, let's say, for example, the COVID-19 at this point of time. So how do you adopt if any changes like that happens in your business, or you're going through some downfall in the business, there's a dip in the business, how do you carry with them yourself?
So any business owner needs to be able to pivot at a moment's notice, because one thing that you can guarantee is going to be consistent in business, and that there's always going to be a change. And so that is something that I think about, and that goes into being able to have plan A, B, C, and D, not just one particular plan. So for me, as soon as, the pandemic started, I automatically shifted my business practice of doing consultations virtually so that I'm comfortable, so that my clients are comfortable. So I always make sure that I have video conferencing. I make sure that they're aware of how to do video conferencing with me prior to all of the workshops that I've been doing now. I've pivoted those to being virtual because that is a process. I do not accept cash payments. All of that has to be done online. It has to be done through my payment processor. So I have just some of the things that would normally happen in person sometime with me. I've now shifted all of it to be virtual. There are times when, of course, I will have to be on location for certain things. If it's a brand photo shoot, things like that, I make sure that I keep, gloves, masks, all of those things. And that plays into my A, B, and C. So if I'm going on location and I'm told by the location, hey, we have masks available for you, we have hand sanitizer available for you, I make sure that I still travel with all of the necessary things that are needed for that. I've also adapted the policy of checking to make sure that there are things that like Wi-Fi, projectors, all of those things are available in the area. Because in business, you just never know, and you have to be prepared for the unexpected. So always being able to pivot is really big, and that's something that is in my business plan. I have a contingency for pretty much every single thing that I decide to do. I have a contingency plan for it in the event that something does not happen the way that I'm expecting it.
Which is great, Kimberly. I think we all need to learn. This is one of the great lessons from you, like out of this interview, which I'm learning as well, that we should always have few backup plans in place so that our business won't get that much affected. Thank you very much, Kimberly. It's a pleasure to interview you, and I really appreciate your time and sharing your wisdom with our audience. And one last thing, I think if you can mention that how people can connect you on social media or on your personal website, that would be great to know.
Okay, so the best method to contact me is to go to my website directly, and it's www.kimberlylawson.net. And so if you go to kimberlylawson.net, you can find out about events, you can see the interviews, my social media is connected there, as well as my podcast. And to look at all of the latest, things, kimberlylawson.net/connect, that connects directly to everything, any interviews, magazine articles, whatever's going on. You can also go back to my homepage. So that's always the easiest way. And it connects to my YouTube channel that my YouTube manager, is keeping me is keeping me on top of, to make sure that I am meeting the needs of my audience.
Amazing, Kimberly. Thank you so much once again for your time. And I wish you a very best of luck in your business and a huge, huge success. Thank you.
Thank you.